Hello everyone, this is Max. You are watching Equity Match online live pitch event. Today we have three great funders coming from the US and Europe, and unfortunately one had to give up some technical problems, but he will join us next time. Before we start, we stream on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook as you are watching right now. At the same time, if you want to raise any question to a funder, please do it, and we'll bring your questions straight to them or answer. Anyone who wants to come to pitch event, please email to pitch@equitymatch.co, and we are more than pleased to welcome you here. Now, without wasting any time talking, let's go to action, and let me introduce our first founder. Gianluca Corbellini, co-founder and CEO of Hive Power, Lugano, Switzerland, Energy Mobility Impact Sustainability, late seed round 2 million euros. How's it going, Gianluca?
Very good. Thank you for the kind introduction. Hello, everybody. My name is Gianluca Corbellini. I am the CEO and co-founder of Hive Power. And I'm an engineer and I have 15 years of experience in the energy business, having been working for major utilities and research centers across Europe. Very happy to introduce you today to our solutions for smart grids. Everybody across Europe has been affected by this huge increase in the energy prices during 2022. Right now, prices are going back more to normal levels, but what is here to stay is the intraday volatility, which means that during the same day on the energy spot markets, the price can change a lot and can be very high, very low, or even very negative, just depending between the balancing of production and demand. So this is a big challenge if you cannot control how you consume electricity, or when you consume electricity, but it's a huge opportunity if you can optimize it through smart solutions. And this is happening because of the increasing penetration of renewables, which are clean, of course, but intermittent and uncontrollable. And so this is driving the price up and down quite a lot during the same day. This is also a trend that is here to stay as well. So we know already that renewables will continue to grow a lot during the coming years. So the main challenge is not only how we will produce this additional amount of energy needed for the electrification of our energy demand for mobility and heating systems, but the main challenge will be even more on the timing of this demand. So when is really the question that we need to answer. That's where we jump in, so with our solution called Flexo, which stands for Flexibility Orchestrator. And basically, we enable automated smart charging for electric vehicles to charge them at the best time, at the best price, and with a seamless user experience. We just provide software, so we're not building any hardware or any other, let's say, gateway to connect to systems. But we focus on this optimization of the software to optimize anything which is flexible and connected to electric grids. With flexible, we just mean that can be shifted in time without affecting the comfort of the end users. We're also targeting multiple use cases that we will see later on, with the idea to maximize the value that we bring to our customers that can come from savings or even to unlocking new revenue streams. It's a B2B2C white label solution, very focused on this flexibility optimization, and it provides automated monitoring of those flexible assets, optimal control, that's the main thing, so optimal shifting in time of the operation. But we also focus a lot on the user engagement because it's very important that the users are happy to use solutions like ours. And in the value chain, we are, again, in this very narrow but very important layer of the optimization and forecasting of the flexibility. So you see on the bottom layer, the kind of assets that we manage, from electric vehicles directly, any kind, from passenger cars to trucks, commercial vehicles, and even buses, charging stations and wall boxes. Then we have solar power plants, smaller or even big ones, and then stationary batteries, which are also quite emerging in the market. Those assets are already connected to existing IoT platforms. So basically cloud solutions which are collecting data from the systems and also are able to send command to the assets on the field. And then we connect our solution cloud to cloud to those existing IoT platforms and then enable through our algorithms multiple use cases. So this design was made to be extremely scalable and extremely fast in the integration of our solution into existing IoT solution. On top, you see that our customers still keep the market access on their side, and you see the three main use cases that we are focusing on. So energy communities, which are emerging right now across Europe, basically to promote local sharing of renewable energies. Price arbitrage on the energy markets, basically, for example, charging when energy is cheaper, or even discharging batteries into the grid when the prices go to the moon. And then we provide also grid services, basically to stabilize automatically electric grids and then generate new revenue streams. The business model is very classic, I would say, B2B, software as a service, where an annual platform fee, and depending on the use case, we can have a price per asset or even a revenue sharing mechanism where we just take a cut of the value that we enable for our customers, which are typically, again, energy companies. We're already working with very big, important global leaders. You can imagine some of the biggest automakers in the world or some of the biggest energy companies globally. I cannot share the details here publicly, but I'm very happy to give you the names privately later on. We have this 7 recurrent revenues customers plus 7 POC projects ongoing. In the team, we're now 15 people from 6 different countries, and you see very strong technical background for all of them. We're now raising 2 million euros. 500,000 is committed by a Swiss venture capital, and we have a due diligence ongoing with another corporate venture capital. So we're also accessing a loan guarantee from the Swiss government. So very happy to answer all your questions and go more in details in any topic.
Thank you, Gianluca. You already have reached a very good point. But let me ask you, in terms, you are in between energy producer and consumers, right? You are exactly in the middle. How exactly it works, your product, in terms of, so if I'm an energy company, come to you, what's the selling point? Why I'm coming to you?
Yeah, because basically, thanks to our solution, they can become more and more competitive because their value proposition towards end users, that can be any kind, residential, commercial, industrial, optimizing this flexibility on the bottom layer. For example, in electric vehicle charging, the end user can save even 50% of the energy cost just shifting in time at the best time when they charge automatically the car. Everything is fully automated, so for the end user is really seamless. They just have to basically enable the energy company to control their charging station or their car, and then at the end of the day they will have a bonus or a discount in the energy bill. That's let's say the main model. So with our solution, our customers, first of all, they can have higher margins because maybe they take a cut of this new value, but also in general they become more competitive. There are also already players, basically new energy, digital energy retailers, which are already addressing this optimization. So thanks to our solution, they can be competitive, also like a legacy player against these newcomers. And also we are working with the automakers because with in some use cases, we can just bundle our solution for the optimization of the charging experience with their own vehicles, or let's say with their own value proposition in general. So we even expect that in a very few years, there will be someone that can propose a new electric vehicle and the charging will be completely included in some subscription or even free if you allow them to play with your battery.
I mean, in terms of traction, you have already good traction, and you got already pretty much money from grants and previous rounds. Where are you generating revenue now, and how much? And what's your plan to expand your business? I mean, to scale to the number that you need.
Yeah, right now we have already paying customers, also with subscription models, so let's say recurrent revenues. The let's say annual contract value that we already signed is around $250,000 per year. So it's still at the beginning, let's say, the journey, but we see that we have multiple very promising pilot projects ongoing. So during this year, we want most of all to convert this pilot into commercial agreements with those very big players. So this could generate millions of revenues in just a few years. And of course, in this business, it's not a secret. The main challenge is that the sales cycle is pretty long and painful sometimes. But then once you get in, once you demonstrate the quality of your solution, customers will stick. And then they are so big, the customers we're targeting, that they will scale up the business internally with their own huge customer base. So it's not so crazy to think that in a very few years we can manage hundreds of thousands or maybe even 1 million of cars with our solution and then generate very big revenues.
In your business model, you mentioned roughly 100 per asset. What does that mean per asset?
Yeah, per asset could be per electric vehicle or per charging station. 100 is maybe, let's say, the highest price when you have also bi-directional charging and maybe multiple use cases. But in that case, we saw from our simulations and from our pilot projects, we can even enable something up to 1,000 euros per car per year. So in that case, we would take just 10% of the value. And those business models are becoming extremely lucrative every year more, because the more we will have renewables into the grid, the more we will need on the other side batteries or smart solution in general to balance electric grids. And also in the market, the volatility will just increase and increase in time. So it's we see that all the factors behind our business models are going in the right direction, and it's really the time now to deploy this kind of solution after many years of research and piloting.
This 2 million round is due to how you're going to use this money.
Yeah, now the plan today so far we have let's say long-term customers across Italy and Switzerland, and we have pilots also in Spain and Belgium. But the idea is to cover a lot more Europe, which is our primary market, but also to enter US, which is also very lucrative. We're already actually discussing a couple of pilots there in the US. So the idea is to go more international and to really take over the market now, because we really see that the market is evolving very fast and becoming extremely interesting now. So we need more people to address new customers and integrate maybe small new features.
You are under due diligence with a corporate venture capital, but who is the investor persona you're looking for right now?
So we are, let's say, our maybe favorite investors right now could be financial venture capitals who can then maybe even foster a later round, like following on. But even corporate venture capital, which are in this ecosystem, are very welcome. Maybe the best one is not really a direct customer, because then that could close up some markets. But in general, let's say VCs and CVCs who can also help us to develop the business, or even in new countries or with new business models.
Gianluca, unfortunately, we don't have so much time, but thank you so much. Stay here because we are bringing you very much soon. Meanwhile, I'll move with our second fund. Richard Lewis, founder and CEO, Doifoo Inc., California, USA, AI travel tech, pre-seed, safe round, $500,000 USD. How's it going, Richard?
It's going good, Max.
Thank you so much for coming. Please give an introduction to yourself, and after go straight to pitch. I'm coming after.
Sure, great. Hi, I'm Richard. I'm into product and tech background. I previously ran a startup called Richisoft for 6 years. It's a startup studio in the media and ad vertical, post which, for the love of travel and tech, we kind of like booted with Doifoo at this point of time. Here, actually, my co-founder, kind of like works into operations, and we form a perfect team in this regard. So starting with Doifoo. Doifoo actually is an AI travel marketplace. It is kind of a one-shot app which you can, like just venture into and then figure out your entire travel actually. So we basically come inside the post-booking scenario where during a trip we are there in every part of your trip actually. So we can call it a Slack for travel. So we basically can make it simple as travel ABC. So access bookings and cards, where we are reshipping the travel ABC by introducing something called modules, which will ensure that you have your necessary bookings, your memberships, your travel cards, your everything organized. Everything related to your travel organized for you and it delivers to you exactly at the right time, at the right place of requirement. So that is where the generative AI comes into the play. So that is exactly what Doifoo does. So the problem statement is that kind of like there are kind of more brands in the market, and then people use one brand to make a booking for experience, and then one for making a flight booking, and then probably say like they go for another brand for a hotel booking, and it's quite hard for them to manage, and they still do printouts, and then it's kind of like quite inconvenient for the people to during the trip actually. So vacation is all about relaxation, and that's where we come in. So the solution is travel modules, where we give you the access to all the local apps or whatever is available, without even you creating up specific logins for them, and you can dealing once the trip is over, and you can manage all your bookings which are made across multiple portals in a single place. And also like you get to access your memberships, your miles and rewards, everything together in a single spot. The product kind of is a combustion of like a combustion where we integrate access, cards and bookings in such a way that it will be like a one-stop app. Let's take that, say I have a hotel booking to access exactly at the time of requirement when I'm checking into the hotel. That is exactly the place where the product delivers you the thing actually. So it is not something like a random thing you have to again pick in or like browse to the folders. It's going to be like easy and accessible for you at the required moment. The market is pretty huge post-COVID, and then that's where we are coming inside. So this initial target for us is the happy to travel customers in the US market, because like they are happy to travel, but there are some complications involved, and we try to solve it by making their travel experience easier with a simplified app. And this is a $1 billion market, as we know, and it is growing at an exponential rate in the upcoming years. The competitors, when it comes to post-booking scenarios, are Uber, Tripit, and Google Travel. So these usually, kind of like come in a way where, they handle cabs and corporate travels and post-booking experiences, where our unique selling point is that we look into, like the bookings and access and, your cards actually. The story is that we are like avid travelers. So my co-founder is my wife, and we like to travel a lot. And so what we face is what we created as a product, so that it enables many people to travel and explore the world. I come up with obviously like a senior product manager background, and more into product and tech. And then I worked with AirAsia previously, and Strini works for Amazon, and then into operations. And she comes with 9 years of background, and I come with 12 plus years of background. So we have an MV product ready at this point of time. So there's a store-open product, much stable, where you can access and then you can plan your trip using a generative AI, and everything is available right away in the platform of App Store and Google Play. So where we are headed towards is actually the post-booking scenario. So that comes the timeline. So if you see, we had a launch in August 2023, and then we have a PMF complete by December, and we have booking modules ready and ready by later this year. So which we are raising a safe round of $500K to invest into product and engineering and R&D. So this is our initial thing, and then where we plan to go forward and then release the booking module for the customers. So Doifoo is all about evolution. So if you see, basically, from paper printouts, it's time to evolve, or like organized folders and Apple passes where there's a limited info. It's time to evolve into something much interactive, something in their own languages, the tickets which is accessible for everybody, and one app which can take care of your travel. And that's exactly where we are, presenting ourselves. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Richard. I suppose you're in no traction of very little because you just launched the MVP right now.
That's right.
So my question is, why did you decide to work in such a massive, crowded space where a huge company play? Booking does almost everything you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to differentiate yourself against this
Sure.
guy with a very huge portfolio, big pocket?
True. Actually, this is a very massive space, and also there's too much players in the market. But if you could carefully observe the players, they all work towards your pre-travel experience. So let's take Expedia or like a TripAdvisor or now Get Your Guide or Klook. You can make your ticket bookings, you can make your hotel bookings, you can read about the places you're going to travel, or you're going to book your experiences. There are very limited number of apps which takes care of your in travel experience. So this is the only market we are addressing. So we don't go into the agent spacing or any other spacing. We venture into the space of post booking experience, where it'll be purely concentrated on something, an app which you just need when you are in travel actually. So you might have done using all the apps, all the brands which you told right now, but this is the one app you need in the travel.
So I'm using your app when I'm traveling, but I need to still making my booking with you, correct?
No, you don't need to. So that's what. So we are actually, you can make booking via Expedia, or you can make booking via Booking.com, Get Your Guide, Klook, or anywhere actually. So the thing is not about making booking via us actually. So the bookings can be done by any platform. So we don't come into the play of bookings. We come into the play of post-booking scenarios. So basically, this can be something where you can get your tickets, and this can be something where you can get your access to the hyperlocal apps. So this is an app which is purely during the travel, and this is integrated, and the travel modules are also integrated as a developer space for the same kind of like hyperlocal apps and the booking and the travel apps, to create a space for them in a simplified way to access the travelers inside us actually. So we are actually a marketplace. We don't sell tickets or we don't do anything. We actually integrate everything into a one single stop, where actually you don't need to carry across multiple apps or folders or printouts.
So do you integrate also this big application to buy? Can I buy the ticket through you from them?
No. This comes purely into the post-booking scenario. So
Okay.
we can't buy a ticket from us. Or you cannot like go for miles rewards or anything from us. So ours is actually purely concentrating on a post-booking scenario, where you buy a ticket, you get to access the ticket via us actually. So it gets automatically added over here. So any platforms, you just link your Doifoo ID, you get all your tickets in a singular place. And then how we make the revenue for them is that we have like obviously, like when we remember a boarding pass, obviously the space behind it comes to a head where there's an ad. So there's a revenue behind it. So we do share the revenue with them, so that eventually they push the tickets to over here, and at the same time the travelers get to access every single detail in a singular space, making the travel much simple actually. So that's the support here.
How do you plan to launch this app? Because you just got the MVP done now, so you need to launch now. Okay, this is why you're raising the money. How you planning this launching?
Sure. So MVP is live in the MVP app is live in the store at this point of time, but that concentrates with the generative AI for the planning, which several apps does obviously. So that is not our core concept. So we have the booking modules ready on on the back end. We have it already ready actually. So we are still going through some testing phases for it. So in the Q3 we are planning to launch it with initially for the flights actually. So eventually we'll expand it to hotels and experiences.
Okay. Now, in terms of scaling, and I'm closing here,
Sure.
where do you want to bring your application? How do you want to scale this? It won't be that simple. It will be pretty complicated.
True. Gamification comes into a play, but yeah, that's true. Really, it's not simple. Gamification will come into a play here, where people, it's a habit-forming app. Actually, is what we want to create. So eventually, like either a person books a bus in India, or like probably a Rail ticket in Europe, or maybe a Delta flight in US. Eventually, our audience is same. They get the access, they can show it, and they can travel so where this can be attracted in two phases. So one thing is like, say we are going like multilingual here, so the tickets will be displayed in the language which the users prefer. So and then also it's all about how actually we are presenting it, is how we create a habit forming for them, so that they stick with us actually eventually in the long run. That's how we scale.
Richard, thank you so much. Stay with us. Don't go. I'm bringing you back soon. Meanwhile, we are moving to our next, last, but of course not the least founder, Ilya Iakovlev, co-founder of MintLink, headquarters Valencia, Spain, travel tech, pre-seed around 450K in euros. How's it going, Ilya?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you for the introduction, Max. Well,
1 second, because I see your co-founder. So let me introduce your co-founder as well. Matt
Yeah.
Amager. Mark, how's it going? No good?
Good. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Please, Ilya.
My name is Ilya, and here you saw my co-founder Matt. We're a Midlink team building an AI-powered platform for businesses in my sector. It is the sector of corporate events and conferences, and we're aiming to address the main pains of the industry to help businesses find partners and manage products all together, cutting the time spent on the dull routine. Here's the our market in the overview. Let's imagine how many meetings, conferences, and events is a businessman or a corporate manager attending per year. I guess it's around 20, and then there are around 100 online as well. So this is a very big industry. It's called MICE, Meetings, Incentives, Conferences, and Events. And it's around $1 trillion per year. It is the biggest contributor to the global tourism industry. And at the same time, it is a highly under-digitalized sector and very outdated in terms of operations, often relying on exchange of spreadsheets and manual recalculations. So imagine the typical ordeal of a MICE manager. It's sourcing flights, sourcing hotels and venues, coordinating catering, arranging transport and other activities, and more and more. And this process involves countless calls, emails, recalculations, especially when plans change, which happens very often. So with the inefficient practices currently in place, it's all really exhausting. But then we're offering a solution which saves all that time and energy. Our platform simplifies finding partners, streamlining deals, running tenders, and managing workflows, and all in one convenient place. We've been conducting interviews with MICE professionals and see enthusiastic response in the industry, signaling a clear demand for our offering. People tell us how they need the tools of finding partners and managing projects that we are building. And we're also starting pilots with some MICE professionals. Some MICE companies even find us themselves. They're searching for a solution to the pains that we're trying to address. And they find us somehow, even though we haven't launched yet, and they reach out to us to sign up. So they're joining our waiting list. Shortly talking about our team, we are two co-founders. We've been building travel tech software together for over 15 years. And in MICE industry, we've been working for over 10 years. So we know that industry inside out, understanding its problems and coming up with solutions to them. We have been able to identify those pains because of our experience in the field, having managed events for such majors like IKEA, Danone, Intel, and some others. And we have traction of successful projects in travel business. When we started working together 15 years ago, founding an education abroad agency, we managed to propel that agency from zero to one of the industry leaders in the region. And among other things, because we were implementing an innovative approach, relying on IT solutions in our daily work. And then we switched to MICE, and now we come up with a solution in MICE, but not for just our company, but for the whole market. Of course, given the vastness of the market, there are several, I'd say many solutions to address MICE problems, but they're mostly piecemeal, solving one part of the problem or another. And feedback from the industry that we're getting from the interviews indicates a hunger for a comprehensive platform. And that's where we stand out. In terms of business model, We plan to generate revenue through subscription, understandably, and then premium features, in-platform marketing features, and transactional fees. And on the later stage, when we have enough user base, we plan to switch to hand-in payments directly for the projects and to charging commissions on the deals. Geographically, we're first targeting key MICE markets like the United States and Europe for buyers on the buyer side, and Southern Europe, Mediterranean, MENA, Southern Islands in the Indian Ocean, and some other popular MICE destinations on the supplier side, so where people mostly go on the MICE events. We have a clear market interest for the solutions that we are developing, as mentioned, and to bring the product to that market, we're seeking 450K in our pre-seed round for Mint-Link to enhance product development and to support the team working full-time on the project. This investment will support us in finalizing market validation and preparing for a seed round in about 12 months. In conclusion, I would like to say that Mint-Link aims not just to solve MICE market problems, but to be a catalyst in that industry with the potential to grow into a cross-industry solution. And we're excited to discuss this opportunity with potential investors. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Ilya. There's a massive market, I agree, with a lot of competitors in it. That's because it's massive. Now, you still need to release your product. You have some waiting list, but everything must be proved in terms of revenue and market fit. Now, my question is, how do you, after having this round, what's your strategy? What's your go-to-market strategy, which is practically everything for succeeding, going right, in the right direction? How do you plan to market?
Well, we are, how do I bring the presentation back? Well, whatever. Thank you. Well, to have it before your eyes, our market strategy relies on offering us a part solution during pilots and to our prospective customers. So we begin with helping MICE professionals solve one problem to automate the interaction between each other with their partners. And then if they like that tool, they can join the platform to present their services so as to serve as a sort of marketplace. And then when one company makes it business on the platform, it may like that interaction and invite the partners to join the platform, and so it's like some sort of organic growth. And at the same time, we intend to promote MICE businesses so as to serve as a marketing tool. And when we get leads to some of our users, we forward that lead to them, charging some small commission like a finder's fee. And so we enable growth of our user base through that too. So that's basically the first couple of instruments we intend to use.
Thank you. Who are your clients, the target clients? Who are them? We are going to use your platform.
Yeah, it's like in this industry, you have like three kinds of users of our platform. You have the corporate client first, the event departments or HR departments of corporate clients. And then we have MICE agencies, marketing agencies, PR agencies, and then we have the suppliers. On the supplier side, you have DMCs, which is local providers, local event companies. We start with them, yes, and then in the next layer, we'll add on more local providers and venues, for example, and transportation companies and technical providers and providers of digital platforms, for example, for digital events. and so on. So, but in the first like batch, we will target MICE marketing, PR agencies, and DMCs, then adding slowly corporate clients, and after it we will increase our base.
That's a B2B business, right?
Yeah, it's fully B2B. Yeah.
So B2B, it takes a while to sell. And because it takes a while, when you sell, you must sell pretty big, right? So you have enough cash flow, and you have enough, and I mean, your CAC on LTV, it's consistent. So what exactly is your business model behind? Already Ilya says something, but it's not completely clear to me.
Yeah, okay. So in terms of business development, it works following way. So that's why I'm saying that we're first adding the agencies and their counterparts, like the suppliers, first before adding corporates. When we add corporates, it takes like usually maybe half a year. It can take like several months to approach them. When it comes to MICE agencies, for example, the majority of them, there are small businesses. There are a lot large companies, of course, like big marketing agencies, etc. But if we take like from the amount of the companies, the majority of them, there's small or medium-sized businesses, and the decision span in this case is much less. So if one of the employees likes it, if it costs like not thousands of euros, then they're more likely to join. And we already conducted many interviews with the professionals. So that's like our first step to approach those who are more easy to approach. So, and then the next step we'll go to corporate clients. So that's like step-by-step process. So, and it will enable us to keep the cash flow. Of course, first on the lower on the lower side, and then once we will have on the platform MICE agencies, for example, and DMCs, we can sell it to corporate clients.
With this round 450 is to finish the product, go to market. How are you going to use this money?
Yeah, so we're going to use it for development, because like the MVP is ready, but we need still to optimize it and to get some more features done to bring it to the market actually, and to charge money for it. So this is one thing, and then second thing is of course marketing, and sales, where we approach the potential customers from all of the types that I mentioned, like corporate clients, the agencies, and the local providers. So that's how we'll use this money.
Matt, thank you so much, and Ilya as well. Stay there, don't go, because we're bringing right now all the other funders back. As we always close, starting from Gianluca. Gianluca, why investing in yourself, your team, and your startup in 20, maximum 30 seconds?
Yeah, we see that the electric vehicle market is really booming now. And so the next big thing will be about smart charging and vehicle-to-grid optimization. So join us and be part of this smart charging revolution.
Thank you so much, Gianluca. Richard.
Yeah, so the travel market is, like going a lot better actually post-COVID, and we are into an exciting space where we are making you travel like a local and hassle-free. So invest in this for the next generation of travel actually. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Richard. Ilya, Matt, I give you both of you 10, 20 seconds so you can speak more.
Well, we have the feedback from the 1 trillion industry, which demonstrate clear interest in the solution that we're developing. And we are raising the pre-seed round to bring that product to that market.
Thank you, Matt.
Apart from being an industry-related solution, so our platform has all the potential to grow to cross-industry solution, which could be used not only in MICE industry, but also in other industries.
Thank you so much. Guys, Ilya, Matt, Richard and Gianluca, thank you very much for coming. I really enjoyed talking to founders, see what the great things you're doing, guys. Thank you everyone watching today. And also, you can see this event back again from the beginning in our YouTube channel. We don't charge anything. So we are not here to charge your funders. So your money will be invested directly to them in 100% into the business. So you can get in touch with them directly using the details we give, or get in touch with us. And we are more than happy to make a warm intro. Again, thank you very much. So much for staying with us today. I'll see you again on Thursday. Thank you. Take care. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Hi,
you.
everybody.